What's happening, world? B Marsh Boxing back at it with another boxing video. Back at it with another controversial decisions. It's been a while, man. God damn, it's been a while since I've done one of these. Appreciate everybody who be supporting my series and every other series that I have here on YouTube. Check out my playlist, Controversial Decisions. This is where we talk about them. Most controversial decisions in boxing history. Numerous fights I got on my playlist. Go ahead and check them out. Today we coming at you, 1997. Pernell Whitaker, WBC welterweight, 147-pound champion, versus the WBC 140-pound champion coming up in weight, Oscar Dela Hoya. Sweet Pea versus the Golden Boy, 1997. Thomas and Mack Center, if I'm not mistaken, Las Vegas, Nevada. Good fight. I wouldn't call it a great fight, but a very good fight for where these two guys were at this stage of their career. Golden Boy, De La Hoya, two gold medalists, you know what I mean? Golden Boy, De La Hoya, 1992, Olympian, you know what I'm saying? The man got the Olympics. He got himself a gold medal in the 1992 Olympics in Barcelona, you know what I mean? Versus the man De La Hoya. I'm sorry, Pernell Whitaker, a guy who got himself a gold medal in the 1984 Olympics. So this is a battle of two Olympians, you know what I mean? 8 years apart as far as when they both won gold medals. 84 for Pernell Whitaker in Los Angeles, 92 for Pernell Whitaker. I'm De La Hoya in Barcelona, Spain. De La Hoya got the height advantage. It's about 5'10", 5'11". I think 5'11". While the man Sweepy's about 5'7". While the reach advantage again goes to the taller guy De La Hoya. 74 inches as opposed to the man Pernell Whitaker. 69-inch reach. Let's not even talk about the age advantage. De La Hoya got about a 10-year age advantage on Sweepy, you know what I mean? So like I said, man, the man Sweepy is fighting this guy De La Hoya who's moving up in weight, trying to snatch his title. De La Hoya beat Julio Cesar Chavez for his 140-pound title that he holds going into this fight. And Pernell Whitaker, man, he's ready to battle this guy, man. This was a very good fight. I gotta get into it, man. Round one, controversial decisions. I gave it to Pernell Whitaker. He's more aggressive. He's landing body shots. The man De La Hoya is using his jab. There's a lot of clinching going on from both of them in round one, you know what I mean? But De La Hoya's jabbing a few straight right hands. It's a close round, but I still edged it to the man Pernell Whitaker, you know what I mean? Round two, Oscar De La Hoya is more aggressive than he was in round one. You know what I mean? He's using the 1-2 jab, and he's using the jab especially to the stomach, you know what I mean? And a couple right hands over the top. He's basically touching Pernell Whitaker any and everywhere, because the first round, Pernell Whitaker was trying to establish ring generalship and trying to show he's the matador in the fight. And he's going to make the man De La Hoya to make this into a chess match rather than checkers, you know what I mean? But round two, I gave it to De La Hoya. You know what I'm saying? Pernell Whitaker in round two, he was mostly on retreat, even though, like I said, the man De La Hoya was touching him up. You know what I mean? But he wasn't as comfortable as round one. And Oscar De La Hoya is throwing hands. He threw his hands up after round two, basically demonstrating how he dominated, which he really didn't. It was still a close round, but he clearly won that round, you know what I mean? He throws up his round, and, at the end of round two, that's where the man Pernell Whitaker does that classic highlight you might see on YouTube where the man Pernell Whitaker does the classic, evading of punches. De La Hoya throwing mad punches in a row, and he can't touch the man, you know what I mean? Although that was a great defensive move, overall, I still had to give round two to the man Pernell Whitaker. Round three, there was an accidental, round two to De La Hoya, but round three, there was an accidental headbutt. Oscar De La Hoya's cut. You know what I'm saying? It doesn't really bother him, Um, the referee Mills Lane lets him continue fighting. You know what I mean? De La Hoya lands about three nice uppercuts. You know what I mean? Power shots in that particular round, and that round three, I also had to give it to De La Hoya. But one thing about round three, which actually was really crucial and detrimental to this, it was to the decision of this fight, the outcome was, I don't think the WBC still does that. They don't have this rule anymore. But at this particular junction, 1997, when this fight happened, an accidental headbutt or any headbutt, the guy who's cut, the guy who's the guy who cuts the other opponent. So in this case, it was Pernell Whitaker whose head cut the man De La Hoya. They took away a point from Pernell Whitaker. You know what I mean? According to the WBC, Jose Suleiman at the time, the rules were the guy who gets cut gets an even playing field with the guy who wasn't cut. You know what I mean? Because the guy who got cut is obviously, you know, he has a disadvantage. So he's trying to even it out. They go De La Hoya's pops, but trying to even it out with the guy who didn't get cut. So in round three, which I did give to De La Hoya, it becomes a 10-8 round. You know what I mean? And this they actually mentioned that after round three, going into round four. You know what I mean? So that was very confusing, and that really was going to actually play a role into this fight. You know what I mean? That 1 point deduction from Pernell Whitaker, because that's a 10-8 round right there. All right. Round four. De La Hoya and Whitaker, it's basically a jabbing contest, you know what I mean? Both of them trying to establish range and distance, and both of them, doing a lot of feints. De La Hoya occasionally he's landing some lead straight right hands, especially at the end of the round, but he's missing a lot of punches, you know what I mean? But now Whitaker is making him miss punches. Um, um, I thought Pernell Whitaker won that round because of his defense, you know what I mean? Especially the last 5 seconds, last 10 seconds of the round, where Pernell Whitaker again displays that highlight reel matrix type of defense, you know what I mean? De La Hoya throws about 10 punches, 10 punches, misses them all, and the man, Pernell Whitaker, is basically, slipping punches, bobbing and weaving, head movement and waist movement, upper body movement. It's a thing of beauty. And that round, like I said, this is actually round two right here. You see, but look. You see him evading those punches. That's what I was talking about in round two, when he was evading all those punches like the Matrix. He again did it in round five, and I gave that round. Round four, and I gave round four to the man Pernell Whitaker. You know what I mean? I thought his defense making the man miss. You know what I mean? And a lot, Pernell Whitaker at the end of this fight, his right eye was swelled up. But the man De La Hoya had the longer reach, so he was using the jab. You know what I mean? Not quite as much as Pernell Whitaker. I thought Pernell Whitaker won the jab contest, but he was using his jab. Even though a lot of them, those punches were landing on De La Hoya's shoulder, because this guy missed a whole lot of punches. De La Hoya, they were landing on Pernell Whitaker's shoulder, but the man De La Hoya, he still swelled up his eye. You know what I mean, with that power jab. A lot of people don't know this guy, De La Hoya, is a converted orthodox fighter. You know what I mean? He's really a natural lefty. He writes with his left. He probably does everything with his left, but he boxes from the orthodox stance. So kind of something sort of like LeBron James. LeBron James is a right-handed player in the NBA, but the guy's really a lefty. It's really a southpaw. He writes with his left, body eats with his left, does everything with his left. All right, so I gave that particular round four. I gave it to Pernell Whitaker. Round five, Pernell Whitaker's ring generalship. He's really killing it with and destroying this man De La Hoya with the ring generalship. You know what I mean? Staying in the middle of the ring, using his jab to dictate the pace. You know what I mean? And a great defense. He's landing more sharp punches than De La Hoya. You know what I mean? De La Hoya is throwing power shots, but the man Pernell Whitaker is touching him up from every shot. You know what I mean? Mostly with the jab, but occasional left hands again. You know what I mean? Again, in that particular round, just like at the end of was it round four? Um, De La Hoya converts to a southpaw. You know what I mean? Round six, both guys are posturing and feinting, a whole lot of feints. You know what I'm saying? You can see the punch stats for yourself. Punches landed through round two. basically even. You know what I mean? Basically even. Well, actually, you'll find out the theme of this fight as the fight goes along. You know what I mean? Like I said, round six, both are feinting and posturing. You know what I mean? 1-2s from Pernell Whitaker. This particular round, I probably think he landed his most 1-2s. That to me, I do like southpaws. Some of my favorite fighters in boxing history are southpaws. But the 1-2 looks more spectacular and more beautiful from the right hand stance, in my opinion. It looks more fluid. You know what I mean? The right hand, the 1-2 from the southpaw, and it's beautiful. But a straight left hand, a power shot, kind of like Manny Pacquiao or Hagler style, is a thing of beauty. You know what I mean? Like the way Manny Pacquiao laid out Ricky Hatton. It does look nice, but technically, fundamentally, from a 1-2 perspective, to me, the 1-2 looks more prettier and from the orthodox stance. You know what I mean? De La Hoya also switches stances in round six. Round seven, Oscar's landing 1-2s. He's being more aggressive. Whitaker's using his jab, but he's mostly on the back foot. Pernell Whitaker in that particular round, like he did also in round three, he picks up and tackles the man Oscar Dela Hoya, you know what I'm saying, in round seven, which was a round I gave to Oscar De La Hoya, you know what I mean, in round seven, because he was landing the 1-2s and he was more aggressive, you know what I mean. Pernell Whitaker was just landing the jab, and I think that's why Pernell Whitaker tried to tackle him, try to get him off of his game a little bit, you know what I mean. You check it, try to make him reset. Round eight, Oscar's landing more 1-2s. Pernell Whitaker is throwing the jab, but he's getting caught by some sneaky right hands and the left hook. You know what I'm saying? He's getting caught by some sneaky left hooks. You know what I mean? So that particular round, I gave round eight to De La Hoya. Okay? So round nine, um, round nine was a round that De La Hoya was winning throughout the particular round. You know what I mean? I probably up until a minute left in round nine. Then he switched stances in the corner, and he gets dropped by a kind of left hook. You see, that's where Pernell Whitaker in round three drops the guy, basically tackles him. You know what I mean? Puts him on his back. You check it. But yeah, round nine, the man De La Hoya gets dropped by Pernell Whitaker with the left hand and a little short right hand, you know what I mean? But it was basically a balance shot, not an equilibrium power shot to the cranium, but switching stances, and he just didn't have his balance right. He ain't get it. He wasn't hurt when he got dropped. It was just a mistake, and the man Pernell Whitaker capitalized on it in round nine, which makes that a 10-8 round. So that kind of evens up that 10-8 round right here in round three where there was an accidental headbutt, which is a stupid rule. I don't think that rule exists anymore because at the end of the day, it's boxing. Like, if it's accidental, it's accidental. Why should the guy be penalized? You know what I'm saying? Pernell Whitaker is pissed off in that particular round three, as you see at the end, because he knows he lost that round. Like I said, I gave round three to Oscar De La Hoya, even though De La Hoya, with the accidental headbutt where they deducted a point, so that's a 10-8 round. Just like round nine's a 10-8 round, Pernell Whitaker evens it up, you know what I mean? And there's an exchange at the end of round nine from both of them where the man Oscar De La Hoya and Pernell Whitaker are trading. Pernell Whitaker has some fast hands, but I can't even lie. I thought, but there goes the accidental headbutt. You know what I mean? Pernell Whitaker has fast hands, but so did De La Hoya, man. And this combination punching was actually better than Pernell Whitaker's, except for the few exchanges that they did have at the end of some rounds, where De La Hoya was trying to use that Sugar Ray Leonard model, trying to steal some rounds with exchanges at the end of the round. Round 10 was a close round, and this was actually a pivotal round. You know what I mean? De La Hoya's landing lead right hands, Pernell Whitaker's landing more with the jab. And like I said, in round 9, even though De La Hoya got dropped, which was a 10-8 round, he tried to steal the round just like he did in round 10 with the Ray Leonard type of flurry that he did versus Marvin Hagler to sway the judges, you know what I mean? But to me, I thought round 10, De La Hoya got hit more. And that was a crucial round. He got hit more. Yeah, the man is landing more punches, maybe, even though with the lead right hands, more power punches. But the man, Pernell Whitaker's landing more, and at the end of the day, this is boxing. Hit and don't get hit, you know what I mean? And I gave round 10, which could go either way. I wouldn't be mad at you if you gave it to the man De La Hoya. It was a close round. I gave it to the man Pernell Whitaker. Round 11, De La Hoya is fighting cautiously. He comes out the round bouncing on his toes, but he's more, he's aggressive using the jab and power shots, and he throws a nice left hand to the head, in power shots. But the man, that's Pernell Whitaker is landing more shots. You know what I mean? The man De La Hoya is acting kind of like he did versus Tito Trinidad, trying to play it safe and cautious in round 11. You know what I mean? Um, there's also another vicious exchange between the both of them where De La Hoya actually loses in this exchange. He gets caught with left hands to the body, left hands to the head. If there was at that point, that's where Pernell did show his hand speed. But overall, Pernell would, he'd mostly shoot one shot at a time, very economical with his shots, even though he did land more. That just shows what kind of wise fighter he is, you know what I mean, even at this stage of his career, because he was past his prime at this stage of his career, and I'd already seen slippage, not from this fight, not even the previous fight before this, where he fought the Cuban De Bolas Hurtado, not even before that, the previous fight, where he avenged a controversial decision in the rematch to Wilfredo Rivera. That's where he started showing slippage, you know what I mean? That was about 1995, you know what I mean? And this fight, or maybe 96, and this is 1997, but he showed up for this fight, you know what I mean? Definitely showed up, and I gave him round 11. But round 12, um, both of them, they throwing the jab at the same time, one at a time, both of them, you know what I mean? Basically trying to pick their shots. But at the end, De La Hoya throws more combinations and he lands, you know what I mean? He's landed more than the man Pernell Whitaker in round 12, while Pernell's throwing one at a time, even though they both barely hit each other. Look at that defense. Yeah, sweepy. I seen Cannoli do shit like that to Triple G. I couldn't believe what I seen. But I had to give round 12 to the man, um, Oscar De La Hoya, you know what I mean? So Pernell Whitaker didn't sweep the championship rounds. He won round 11, De La Hoya wins round 12. So my scorecard on this fight, 115 to 113. I've always had it like that. I've watched this fight numerous times. And I could see a draw, but I don't see De La Hoya winning. You know what I mean? I can see a draw. How can De La Hoya win when he got outlanded by more than 40, between 40 to 50 punches? You know what I'm saying? How is that possible? This kind of card right here, this fight was kind of the scorecard, or the way the fight was. It was basically like Canelo and Lara. You know what I mean? Cannoli was winning with the power shots. Lara was winning mostly with the jab. But overall, Lara did outland and landed more punches than Canelo, but they still gave it to Canelo, as they did in this fight, you know what I mean? Round 10 was pivotal, like I said. I had it could have gone, that was a round that I thought could have gone either way, but I had it for Pernell Whitaker because he landed more punches. And I had this fight 115 to 113. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, 115 to 113 in favor of the man. Sorry, 114 to 112. I'm bugging because of the 2-10-8 rounds. 114 to 112 in favor of the man Pernell Whitaker. You know what I mean? So the judges' scorecard, I think one judge had it 115 to 113. I think one judge had, and two judges had it like 116, 112, or 116, 111. Something ridiculous. 8 rounds to 4 in favor of De La Hoya. And it was a unanimous decision. All three judges, I don't know what they were watching. I don't know if they were paid off or what. But this is something that's been going on since the Pernell Whitaker, since Oscar De La Hoya days. Same thing goes on with Cannoli today. You know what I mean? Controversial decisions all left and right. Seems like these judges get paid off. I don't know what they were watching. How can not even one judge have it in favor of the man De La Hoya? I had Pernell Whitaker winning this fight in 7 rounds to 5. I always have, always will. nothing changes, you know what I'm saying? De La Hoya, he himself wasn't pleased with this fight. He said he promised the man, Pernell Whitaker, he'd give him a rematch. But Pernell Whitaker didn't fight for almost a year and a half after this. His next fight was in 1999 versus Felix Trinidad. And to me, that's the only guy who convincingly beat the man, Pernell Whitaker, although Pernell Whitaker did have some moments in that fight, even where he rocked the man Trinidad. But this fight right here was a good fight. I wouldn't call it a great fight. Pernell Whitaker did show that he still had something left in the tank, in my opinion, beating a younger guy. But the judges didn't see it that way. Controversial decisions. Let me know how you guys scored this scorecard. B Marsh Boxing. Leave your thoughts and comments. Let me know what y'all think about Pernell Whitaker versus Oscar Dela Hoya. Rest in power to the one and only Sweet Pete. And this one right here is one for the ages. You know what I mean? This fight changed. This was also linealship. You know what I mean? Linealship that went from Buddy McGurk previously, from Simon Brown previously, from Maurice Blocker previously, from Marlon Starling previously, from Lloyd Hunnigan previously, to Donald Curry previously, to Sugar Ray Leonard. The lineage goes on, you know what I mean? So after this, De La Hoya was the lineal and WBC champ. Of course, he lost it to Trinidad. And that was that, man. Oscar De La Hoya lost his WBC and lineal titleship that he had beaten Pernell Whitaker. He lost to the man De La Hoya. Look at that through 5 rounds. Pernell Whitaker, and that's going to be the theme of the fight. He even had the better landing percentages, probably like 40% as opposed to De La Hoya's 30% overall in total punches landed. B Marsh Boxing, leave your thoughts and comments. Let me know what y'all thought about this fight. And hit that thumbs up one time and rest in peace and power in favor of the man, Pernell Whitaker. All-time great. Top 10, top 15 greatest fighters of all time without a doubt about it. B Marsh Boxing, I'm gone. Peace.